Hi, my name is Crystal Brest. I am a nurse practitioner student at Youngstown State University, and I'm here with Julie. Julie, before we get started, I just want to let you know we'll probably only be here about 5 to 10 minutes at the most. Just a couple of questions for you. I'm going to start out and let you introduce yourself and your role and your specialty as an APRN.
Hi, my name is Julie Miller. I am a nurse practitioner in a cardiology specialty. My role consists of working in the office and also rounding in the hospital.
Okay. All right. Do you see any APRN influence on today's healthcare systems?
I think that the APRN influence is actually a pretty big role, especially in the rural areas. In the rural areas, you have, well, I think they're starting to see it even in the bigger hospitals too. They're having less and less physicians, and the APRNs are definitely filling those roles. So I feel like we have a very strong influence in the healthcare industry right now.
Yes, that seems to fit with what we've been learning. So,
And I have some people that work in, like, I'm rural, and you definitely see it in the rural community to where sometimes it's getting to where there aren't even physicians available to fulfill the role, even for primary care. So I know a couple people that have their own practice, and it is a APRN based practice,
really,
which is, yeah, and it's in a rural community with not a whole lot of people in it, but otherwise they wouldn't have anyone to serve them, and they do like a little like an urgent care as well, just over
wow.
Hinsman. But my cousin lives in Pittsburgh, and they're starting to see a big gap even in the bigger hospitals where there are less and less physicians, and I feel that the mid levels are going to be the ones that are called in to fill those spots.
Interesting. I didn't realize they were as short
Yeah,
up in big city of
I
Pittsburgh
was
either.
surprised as well. I was surprised as well.
So, what kind of barriers do you see that APRNs face?
I think the biggest barriers right now, I think you still have that gap where physicians feel we're trying to take their job. So I still feel there's that gap. Now where I work seems to be very mid-level heavy, and we still have it. You still have some physicians that don't want anything to do with mid-levels. And then and I feel like the place where I'm at is very mid-level friendly, and there's a lot of them there, but there's still, that's one barrier, still getting the physicians to come around and not feel threatened by the mid levels. The other barriers in the same token, now that we're taking on those roles, we're being treated more like physicians. That's another barrier. But our pay scale is nowhere near the pay scale of a physician. So those are the two barriers I see the most. Patient wise, you'll still have some patients that want to see a physician, but I have a huge group of them that would rather see the mid level because they feel like we spend more time, educate them better, explain things better. So I have a lot of patients that prefer to see me even in the cardiology office.
Oh,
And to me, I feel like, well, I'm not exactly a cardiologist, but I mean, I have a good basis, educational basis, and I'm lucky where I work. I can ask any one of the cardiologists a question, and they are always very respectful. So that's good to me.
right. So, what kind of changes would you like to see made for advanced practice nurses?
I because I've been able to work like in my office when I first started there, I had a physician assistant. One of the things that I noticed that the difference between us, yes, we did the same exact job, but I felt like she got a more didactic experience than I did in school. So the one thing I'd like to see is maybe a little more didactic in the educational process, and then you would feel more prepared coming out into the field of being a provider and not a floor nurse anymore. The other things I think that could change is it would be nice to have a better collaboration overall with the physicians so that we're colleagues. There's no reason for a physician to be threatened, right? And that's not a provider. We're to work together, we enhance their practice, if anything.
Yeah, we've been learning a lot about that this week, the collaborations and the collaborative agreements. And
I've been lucky so far. Only been a nurse practitioner for a short period of time. I think I've been going on 4 years now. And both places I've been, I've had very good physician leadership. I know places that have not, that do not have good physician leadership, and it's a much rougher atmosphere for the nurse practitioners I know that work there, those places.
That is one of the things I think that I was always concerned about, is making that leap from being, working as an RN for so many years and then going into it. And I do feel like
It's different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different because
Yeah.
you go from being a floor nurse and you know everything to ask for. Like, I want this, I need this, I need this, I need that. And all of a sudden you're responsible for making all of those decisions. You're not just asking, you are making the decisions. So it is a transition, and it takes time for that transition. And even like I think I was 9 months at my first job, and I'm starting to feel better with that transition. And then I moved into a specialty. And so then I kind of started all over. Yeah. And as much like critical care experience and I have, working in a cardiology office is, there's way more to learn than I even thought. So I'm learning something every day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is. Some days are exciting, some days are more challenging.
Yeah. It's good to know that that's perfectly normal to feel that way.
Yes, and I think we forget that. That's why I said I really don't want to switch jobs again. I'm tired of being the new girl.
Understandable, understandable. Well, I'm going to let you go then. I want to thank you for your time and for taking time to meet with me, and
Glad I could be of assistance.
I'm glad, and I'll be reaching out.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.